that had somewhat of an absence during the COVID pandemic. And here to tell you much more about it, we have the three people who have organized the Empty Bowls organization to provide food, to solve food insecurity, or at least give a little bit more toward that effort. Again, it's been an organization that depends on local art with ceramics and other handcrafted things to support putting food in something. So there is a great event, and it's coming up on March, I believe, 26th at the Doubletree Hotel. And here to tell you a little bit more about the food bank are its executive director, Derek Smith, and its development director, Ali O'Brien. Derek, tell us, what's the food bank all about, and how thrilled are you to have this event happening again?
Great. Thank you so much, PJ. This partnership came together in 2019 with our friends from Empty Bowls. And as you mentioned, unfortunately, with the pandemic, there were some things that kind of got derailed along the way. So in some ways, this is kind of a major return of that partnership. And we're excited. There are going to be bowls for sale and music and food and all those kinds of things. And it's another way for neighbors here in Franklin, for partnerships here in Franklin to support the work that we're doing. As so many of us know, with soaring gas prices and soaring grocery prices, the need for support is still here. And the only way for us to do that as members of the Franklin Food Bank is to establish and maintain and cultivate these types of partnerships. So we're so thankful for our friends from the Empty Bowls Committee to be here to support this work. We're excited that this is returning to the Doubletree this year. There are going to be a lot of people. There's going to be a lot of music and food and fun and good times. And we hope that people in Franklin and beyond come out to celebrate with us, because we're doing incredible work, but it needs to be work that we do in partnership.
So well said, Derek, and we're so thrilled that you're at the helm here. So I know you got a scoot, and we're going to chat with Ms. Ali O'Brien, who is the rest of the Mover and Shaker team here today.
Hi, PJ.
Hi, Ali.
So nice to be in this room with you again. So thank you guys so much for the opportunity, and you guys always show up for us. It's so wonderful. And also, someone else who shows up for us is the Empty Bowls Committee. These three people are tireless. They're probably very tired right now in particular. They've been working at this event, not just this year, but for the past 3 years.
Wow, is it already?
2019, 2020 was unfortunately canceled, and then 2021, 2022, and 2023. You're absolutely right, Susan. And so the original Empty Bowls event, side note, I could not attend because that was the same day as my baby shower for my first child, and now I have 2 children. So I'm so excited that I get to witness and participate in an Empty Bowls at the Doubletree Hotel in Somerset. Like Derek said, the need in the community of Franklin is really, really high and beyond, and we're trying everything that we can to meet the needs of our neighbors. Events is one way that we do that, and it's also the funnest way that we do that. It's a place to come together, to celebrate the work that the Franklin Food Bank does and the mission that we achieve every single day, and to celebrate the work that these three people do, and all of the artists and all of the restaurants as well. It's, like I said, a showcase of local art and food.
And it is on March 26th. Is that a Sunday?
It is a Sunday. It's on March 26th. The time of the event is from 1 to 4 p.m. You do not need to stay for the whole 3 hours of the event. You can come at 2 if you want. You can come at 1 if you want. You can come at other times as well within those hours. And so, and there's going to be tastings of foods that are going to be foods you can enjoy out of a bowl. And so that's along with the theme of empty bowls. And it's important to remind ourselves that some people do have empty bowls at dinner, meaning they don't get to enjoy meals the way that they deserve to, the way that everyone deserves to.
And these empty bowls, largely handcrafted, not only by one of our hosts of Empty Bowls, Susan Seaman, but so many other artists in the community who have contributed their skills and their crafting to make this event meaningful as well as successful. If someone is not able to come to this event, how else can they contribute to the food bank?
go onto our website at franklinfoodbank.org and go under the events tab. You'll find Empty Bowls there, and you can make a donation to the event. You do not have to buy a ticket. You can just make a plain old donation to the Empty Bowls event if you'd like to support it. Our goal for this event is $30,000. Wow. Which is a lofty goal, and it would be really, really thrilling and exciting for the food bank to be able to raise money like that for the families that we help.
Well, so that you realize, Franklin, every dollar that you or that Franklin Township donates to the food bank is able to be utilized that much more, almost trebly, if I remember correctly, that their buying power is much more strong the more that you can contribute. I know there's also an ambassador program, which is also on their website, where you can become a monthly donor partner. So again, what's that website?
franklinfoodbank.org.
Okay, and that's the other thing to think about, not just for this event, but all year long, because there are people all year long, every day, who are wondering where their dinner's coming from tonight. And the food bank has just been extraordinary in our community. The need has grown since COVID. The clientele has grown since COVID. People have lost jobs. There is a great deal of food insecurity that when we are blessed enough to not have it affect us personally, we must be mindful of the fact that others in this community rely on the Franklin Food Bank. And under the leadership of Derek Smith and Ali O'Brien, and of course partners such as the Empty Bowls, the Chirills, and the Seaman families, they make so much happen. So we're so excited to be here to tell you about this event, and we expect that you're going to support this, Franklin, like you always support what is so meaningful here. Ali, anything else you want to add?
I think you're gonna learn so much more about this event from these wonderful people to my right.
Okay. Well, thank you once again. We will see you at Empty Bowls for sure.
Oh, I will be there. I don't have any baby showers this year.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe you'll bring your babies.
We'll see.
And they're adorable, so that would be a treat. Okay. I know Allie's got to run too, so we thank both of you, Derek and Allie, for your contributions every day, but for being here and chatting with us today about this special event. So we thank you.
It's going to be magical.
Yes. We're looking forward to it. I'm always excited about this event. And here to tell the rest of the story, we have Bob Chirill, Susan Seaman, Seal Chirill, who are responsible, and this is just a microcosm, Franklin. There are tables and tables of handcrafted pottery and other fabric goods. I'm going to let you tell us all about it.
Okay. So I'd like to talk to you about a little bit about the event itself. I'll leave the crafts and pottery to Seal and Susan. I don't want to repeat a lot of the things that have already been said, but one of the things that sticks in my mind is the fact that many people may not know that during the pandemic, SNAP program, which is the new name for food stamps, was expanded, and there was an additional amount of money given to people because of the inability to come to food banks, and also people who weren't working not having the disposable cash to buy their food. Well, that SNAP benefit has ended with the end of the pandemic, and as of March 1st, people will be losing at a minimum $95 a month in their SNAP benefits, and some families will lose $250 or more in SNAP benefits. And I can't imagine a family out there being faced with the fact that they're losing that amount of money to spend on food for their family, which they've gotten used to during the pandemic. So with that said, organizations like the Franklin Food Bank are going to be key to their ability to fight food insecurity. And that only happens because we get donations and participation in events like Empty Bowls, where we can fund the food bank so that they can provide what's needed to the larger community in Franklin and beyond the borders. So this year's Empty Bowls event, as was described, is going to be at the Doubletree. It's on it's in Somerset on 200 Atrium Drive, and it's again 1 to 4. Tickets in quotes, there's no paper tickets, it's a registration, are available online. You can go through the franklinfoodbank.org, look for the event, and buy tickets online. One thing that's new this year is if you have 10 friends, which many of you do, you can buy a table. And that way you can guarantee that you'll all be able to sit together. Again, it's $500 for the table, 10 people for $50. And there's two assigned seatings, one at 1 o'clock and one at 2:30. We also have sponsorships. So the sponsorships are $250, $500, and $1,000. We have many sponsors who have stepped up, which we're really proud of. You too can be a sponsor. You don't have to be a company. Your family can sponsor. As individuals, you can sponsor. You can get a group of friends together and sponsor. It's great. And with sponsorships come tickets. So you can find all that information again online at franklinfoodbank.org. This year we're going to have a cash bar, which is something new that we did not have in 2019. There will be beer and wine served during the event, and soft drinks. We have on roll right now about 12 to 14 restaurants who have committed to being there. We've got a real assortment of foods: Middle Eastern food, American food, Italian food. It's going to be really interesting. We have live music that's going to be performed, and crafts galore. And I'm going to turn that over to Susan and Seal to talk to you more about that.
Okay, Bob, thank you. Always as informative every single year, and I know your heart
pleasure.
is so in this.
It is.
Is so in this. Okay, I'm going to ask you to switch places.
Sure.
Okay, please, if there's somebody in Franklin who really is not aware what the Empty Bowls concept came about as, how did this all start?
Well, Empty Bowls has been around for many, many years, and it's a concept of providing a bowl in return for a donation. It could every organization that runs an Empty Bowls event does it in a different way. The way that we choose to do it is that when someone buys a ticket or makes a reservation, they come in and the first thing that they're greeted with is rows of tables filled with bowls, and they get to pick a beautiful bowl to take home as a souvenir to remind them of this, similar to what you see here. And after they select their bowl, then they'll be seated. If they have the assigned table for 10, then they will have their name on the table, and they'll know where to go. Otherwise, we seat people as they come in, so that they will have everybody will have a place to sit. And it kind of goes from there. You can get up and help yourself, or have the server provide you with something to put in a bowl. We don't actually use these bowls, by the way, during the event, because everybody's handling them, and with the cold season and all of that, nobody wants to be concerned about that. So the hotel is providing us with the bowls and everything else that's needed. And so you can go up and have a sample of all the different foods that are up there, and you can keep going back and get what you need to fill your belly. So we will have all of that available. And then in addition to that, there are going to be lots of tables filled with all these crafted items that Seal's going to talk about, as well as other pottery items that are not soup bowls. And I have some of them here that I could show you. This, for example, is one of my new favorites that just came in. Catherine Jerebeck Davis made this. It's a wood-fired piece. This goes in the Anagama kiln for a week or more, 10 days, something like that. And it sits in there and cooks and turns all these colors from the ash. This is glaze, and this is just ash from the wood fire. So there's a lot of other things. There's big bowls, little medium-sized serving bowls, mugs, vases, and beautiful sculptures. Deanne Prozia made this. I love these little. She
almost looks like an animal. Of some
she
kind
gives
of,
them human names,
right.
and you can stick little things in them if you'd like. They're just so cute.
Right, it's like a little vase of sorts.
So we have several of those, and then there's just lots of things to choose from. Everything is priced very, very reasonably.
Yes,
I mean, this. I know many people who come to the event because this is a great opportunity to buy gifts for the year. That's right. You might not need it for yourself, but you might know somebody who just bought a house, or is moving, or you want to bring a hostess gift, you can buy a nice plate and put your dessert on it and leave that as a gift. So there are things that are very reasonably priced. Many things are a few dollars up to like $20, $25, $30.
Well, for
But
instance, this piece,
This is 20. We have this
you
marked
would look at this
25.
and think this is
I
a
know.
$100 piece.
I know.
Absolutely.
But we
Handcrafted.
have 3 hours.
very
to sell
heavy,
everything.
yes.
So we really price
And
it
priced
so
at
that when
25,
you see
that's
it, you
amazing.
Like it, you buy it, you take it.
Wow.
So that's how it goes. And we'll have people there to help. If you pick things up and you want them, we can put them aside and put your name on it. And we have a whole little process, and we'll explain that when you get there. So you can pick out all the things you want, and we'll pack them all up for you and add it all up and take your money for it. And that money all goes back to the Franklin Food Bank.
It's just so incredible. I mean, how you've grown from the very first time we ever talked about this.
Think about it. The first time that we ever talked about this, we did it at the DoubleTree.
Right.
We did it in my driveway for 2 years. We did it
were
at the
there.
pavilion last year. So, it feels really good to be able to go back to the DoubleTree. They've given us all 3 ballrooms. And this is their way of giving back to the community, too. So it really does take a village. So, we're happy that they were able to do that.
Wow. And we're so blessed to have this kind of a community, Franklin, and you're all part of it. Okay, so we want to introduce Seal Terrell, who Seal does all of those other goodies. Okay, let's switch places. And I'm happy to say that I have a few bowls, and I have a tea cozy, and I have some of Seal's, what are they called? The one that you made for me.
Bowl cozies.
The bowl cozy. Oh my gosh, they bend up. You can take them. You don't put them in the microwave necessarily, but you can. They wrap around. Whatever's too hot for your hands. They're just wonderful. And Seal, you do all of these, or do you have other crafters as well?
This year I have engaged 4 other sewists to help us. And so I've made the majority, and they've helped, and that's going to grow over the years. But nearly everything that we're going to have there is one of a kind.
Wow.
So like you said, you see it, you like it, you got to scoop it up
That's
because
right.
it's not going to last. We have placemats. We have some placemats that might be good for Easter. We have wine carriers, 2 kinds. Pot holders. We have 3 kinds of baby bibs.
Oh my.
This is called a drool bib, so they would wear that all day because they're going to get soaked. And this one is so cute.
Like a sun visor almost.
This one you would put a pacifier on the bottom so that you don't lose it. And it acts as a drool bib as well. And then you got the food bibs, the kind of the normal sized ones. We have coasters. We have straw holders.
Oh my.
Now that New Jersey has banned straws, you
we
can
must
carry
bring
them
our
in your
own.
purse,
Right.
and this is a way to carry them. So you would carry them like this, use them at the restaurant, and then because now it's dirty and you don't want to contaminate them on this side, you would put a mesh so that then you could bring it home and make sure you remember to put them in the dishwasher and then use them back again.
Was this your idea?
I've seen it on Pinterest, but I had the idea. I made some for us, and I thought this might be something that might be interesting to Franklin. Carry this in your purse.
Wow, the creativity that is spawned from need is so exciting, Franklin. This is just an amazing
Guess what these
organization.
are?
I know what this is. Tell me what's inside.
Well, it's a card holder, and it's made from old CDs.
Oh my gosh, really?
So these are good for little kids who can't hold cards, or some of us older kids who have trouble holding cards all in one spot. So there's lots of these, and this one's a Mets one for somebody that I know who likes Mets. And lots of other things. We have mesh bags that you could use for, I like to use them for groceries, produce. You could use them for lingerie bags in the laundry.
That's
You
what I
could
was
use them,
thinking, sure.
anything to contain them. These are back by popular demand because we ran out of them the last time at the gazebo. And
zipped too, Franklin.
Oh,
Look at that,
yes.
the hidden. This is the good zipper.
so
Beautiful.
they're used
Just
for
beautiful.
a lot of different things. So back by popular demand. The placemats are popular. The pot holders We almost ran out of last time, so we made a boatload of those, so they're ready to go. Lots of things.
Lots of things, and I think the bottom line, Franklin, is that this is such an organization with such a heart to give back to the community, and the creativity that abounds. This is a microcosm of what you're going to see at this event. There will be tables and tables of all different kinds. Do you have the blankets this year?
Will we have blankets?
I
yeah.
believe so.
Yes.
I think there are some.
And I think we're going to have some jewelry this year, too.
Okay, so this is a craft fair where you come, you buy a ticket, you know you're contributing to a worthy organization, and having so much fun being creative, knowing that this is a tremendous give back to those who are food insecure in Franklin Township.
And all of these items, the pottery, the handcrafted fabric things, are all donated by the crafters. They don't put in for any reimbursement. They donate it out of their heart and out of their stash.
Well, it warms my heart every year that we get to talk about this. And once again, we thank you, Seal and Bob Terrell and Susan Seaman, and of course, Allie and Derek and everyone who just gives so much to the Franklin Food Bank. Please do not forget this event. It's Sunday, March 26th, 1 to 4 p.m. at the DoubleTree Hotel. Franklin, buy your tickets early.
The price will go up
Okay.
a couple of days before, I think it is. The day before. Yeah. So buy your tickets early.
Do we want to mention what the price is right now?
Right now, the price is $50 a ticket. It will be going up to $60 a ticket.
Okay.
Day before.
And
Day
there's
of the event.
pricing for children.
Okay. So, and that would be?
What is the age cutoff? It's anyone below 17, I think, down to 5 or 7, something like that. It's online, and it's $25 a ticket.
Again, it's for the Franklin Food Bank, folks. So you're going to have such an amazing day with everything here that's to peek at, to take home, and to know that whatever you've purchased not only is going to grace your home, but it's going to make it possible for somebody to feed their family that night. So we're so thrilled that you're doing this again, that you're doing it at the DoubleTree, and we understand the DoubleTree has just donated everything so that everything that is generated, every dollar, every penny comes right back here to the food bank. So the rest of the story is at the franklinfoodbank.org website. Don't forget the ambassador program, and we do hope to see you on March 26th at the DoubleTree for the Empty Bowls Give Back to the Franklin Food Bank. So PJ Parker saying, thanks for tuning in, Franklin. Do what's in your heart. Somebody next door to you may be the one who didn't know that it was you who made dinner possible, but you will. PJ Parker, Franklin Reporter and Advocate. We'll see you there.